Megan, how many kids do you have?
1, 2, 3. Three kids.
Who's the first one?
Colin.
Who's the second one?
Dewan.
Who's the last one?
Cleburne.
Which one do you love?
The whole 3 of you say? Why?
Who do you hate a little bit?
Panda.
Who's Panda?
Panda's our dog that barks all night for nothing. When we're sleeping, he barks all night.
Yeah, but Henry last night.
The one?
Yeah.
Stop running away, eh? Because you make not only me worried, Nana Kalia.
I have a 40 stars. That's the first star.
Really?
I can see our little swimming spot from right here. I can see the town, and I can see Saturday in primary school. Oh, yeah.
I bet you can see men playing golf.
I can see a little golf cart driving. I can see 2.
That's where all the rich men comes. They come around and really do.
Yeah, there's rich people.
No, this is out in the Gulf, this area.
Come on, these people got clean houses and not us.
Yeah.
They got good front, good neighbors. But I wish I had one of those houses.
I wish I was living on that side. I can live upstairs.
But you gotta watch out.
There's them playing right up there.
Yeah, this is my way. Turn.
You keep your little hands warm. No.
Second, third, fourth.
No power. You're not going there. Your I spy beginning with C.
Car.
And he's a baby and he's crying.
Cleburne.
Yeah.
I spy with my little eyes.
No arguing
beginning
too.
with B.
Yes.
Play.
What is his name?
Clue. It's something beginning with B.
Black. Bird.
Yes, black.
Right away. See ya.
I was born a little Aboriginal kid. That means that I had a memory about Aboriginals. I just felt something, a memory. History. In my blood it runs.
We want our ceremony. We want our language. tell to our children.
We're just going up on the hill.
Okay.
Bush medicine. The medicines in town, like how it heals up your body, this heals up the sores on the inside. Lots of bush medicines waiting for the Aboriginals to come and pick them. Before the cars wasn't made, before the house wasn't made, before the whole everything around the world wasn't made. It was just Aboriginals on Australia.
Lie down, now lie down. The carpet and load the water.
What does it smell like?
It smells like arata.
Now this towel is gonna smell like arata.
Yeah.
So we're gonna leave that there for Colin to come.
Arata guy.
Yeah.
Harry, have you an old man? Hello. See, clean boy and them.
Like that.
You show you but before another in the cupboard. And so short in the cupboard on the past. Short in the cupboard on the no, you're not going to leave it in there. And no one.
Mom, you need to go to the thing, dentist. This area is all right, but this area is turning into a lump.
No, no, go to yonder level. When you're going to went to turn the throat here.
Every time I always put my hands way apart, I saw my arm gets weak. That's mean all the thing sauce going through here. It stays in my arm.
Ngangro ngangro channel road. The ngangro must be making your ngangro weak.
We must be saying go, 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 shoot. When someone in the family gets sick, someone like Nganga heals them. Sometimes it goes to our hands, and sometimes it's in our bodies. You need to control your anger and stay happy. Because if someone makes you mad, you make them sick.
Come in. Come on, come on.
No, I'm gonna kick your guts in. Ah! You're pushing me. What about feed?
No milk.
Ay, 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 ay. Penta, penta. Jacket. Ah.
Come on now, school time, one. Come on.
Take
breakfast and another girls.
All right, let's all have a good day. Make sure you get your breakfast, change your clothes if you need to.
I don't need any clothes. I'm going to the Opal. Red Rover, I call over people wearing blue shirts.
Oh, good one. Everyone should be going. You only need to write it once. After is that.
Yeah. How do you spell that?
It doesn't matter if you get it wrong. Or if you don't, if you have no idea, just leave it.
No, just put a line through it like that.
The next word is be.
B.
Be. What do you want to be when you grow up?
Teacher.
All right, Dylan, can I have a look?
Dewan! I really think about my grandchildren. In the mornings, I have to get up, send them off to school, then rush back from work to make sure they're at home. It's really hard. I want to go back to my homeland, take my grandchildren back there. But education is a long way from them. We don't have a school in our homeland. That's the reason why I live in town, because I want my children, my grandchildren to be educated, so they know the system when they grow up.
We can throw the line up there. Hurry up, Megan and Aisha! Right, let's go.
Listen carefully. Now, this one isn't a story. This is information or non-fiction. It's fact. The Australia book. It's about the history of our country. At Botany Bay, Cook landed for the first time in the new country. Then he sailed up the coast, mapping as he went. He was nearly wrecked on the coral of the Barrier Reef, and only because he was a great sailor did he manage to save his ship. On an island of Cape York, he raised the English flag, and he claimed for the English country the whole of this new land. There's the English flag up the top, which is still on our flag. With texters, find the word Botany Bay and highlight it. And English, First Fleet, Convicts, Arthur Phillip. For some of you, this will take a long time and you might need some help from friends. Well done, good work. Oh, clever girl.
Alicia, jump up, take this place. 3, 2, right. Because if you're not going to jump on board and do what the teachers say, that's what happens.
The histories that were told at home is in language and it's about the Aborigines. But the ones back at school, that was for white people, not for Aboriginals. The white people teach the Aboriginals to act like them, to be like them.
To free the children from the bonds of tribal compulsions which hold their parents is a major task of the administration. The children are being gently led towards our culture so that, in time, they will take their place in the Australian community, thinking as we do.
This man came on the ship, and he was the first man in Australia. He was the first white man. the Aboriginal people told them to go and find another land because this was their land. But people didn't listen to them. Aboriginals have still survived here. But Nana has survived because when she was a little kid, she used to live at this one place named Sandy Ball. For me. And for me, $2 I got.
Hey, look at you. What did you put in there?
With that comes with that. And with that comes with that. And then thank you, next. That comes with that. That comes there. And everybody's waiting in line to be scanned.
Wait for more than half a minute.
Go on the sandy ball!
If you go at bush every week, then you learn how to control your anger and you learn how to control your life. Just to stop acting like a little kid when you grow up or when you're a big man.
Put them back. I drive from here.
No, try
Please. Please.
Turn my left and right.
Yeah, that's what I'm meant. Stop here. Stop here.
You burn my clutch, you watch out. Hello. Stop right my leg!
Yeah, bump this kid.
You want to take one of them too?
I don't learn how to cut it so I can come out here and I'm big man.
Ăn sập arandang đấy. Nào, chả nên đấy. Ta cái này đi nhỉ? Saya ring cái này. All of you. Yeah. And Milky Way am you know?
Mewara.
Iya, lao rang cái.
Mewara.
Nhiều cái lúa đấy. Cá bora pola bag.
That's really loud, all the kids here too.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, go! Kabada, pulla, baringa. Baringa.
Away. Laris Maria kan pacalingual. Kami ngola pacalai. Empat patning kan lengan pacalai lagi kan pacalai. Ila garkan kan lam mapanga ko Laris Marian. Purna kanya. Alal bonja kala kana. Malala tandra bringola. Dah membana denjai. Ona membana di matandal la kana. Dah membana denjai. Makapra dala tandal la kana tandal nu kuentra. Kamera. Kana cek cengangon.
Can you say it in English?
Tawa na kan monja kajira peram harandang kaja. La kan aku lel kajilam tu jaga umpama baru nak kan maperle Rakang kaja aranda. Nara aranda pala angkatan anjaka. Aranda trakanon laro kudu lima pelangkar jadi dagal aranda kaja.
And the best time is
Water dalam malakan. We spoke our language, but we couldn't read and write in our language until we left school and went to do courses. White people educate our kids in the way they want them to be educated. But I need them to speak their language so they can carry on their language. We want our kids to grow up learning in both ways.
No, good point, yeah. Sit on the ground there, yeah. Yeah. Maria, I tap in them like people, because I tap I put as I tap you know? Because none of the intercularanum. Young politician, take a reading around. They would know me. Only all the other people are not about Mabroli and read it. Yeah? Kalagan.
Yeah. Hello, Grandpa.
What you going?
I've come for one night's sleep to make sure my hunger is all right. I don't know, when younger I came to my grandpa. Then my grandpa died and then it came to me. It's my job to look after the people.
Online under Maroda, Coconatary, then a little Tory lecture, Mora Naja, Tomboy. Rather, I'll put no Mora getting Caraganon.
When we had bush, our hunger gets straight out like a line. But when we had tan, our hunger is wobbly.
For a long time, there was nothing. Then, in the mind of the spirit of life, a dreaming began. In the empty darkness, there was a dreaming of fire. And the colour of fire burned brightly in the mind of the Great Spirit. So they're actually saying there's a spirit. I'm not exactly sure how they do it, but there's a spirit somewhere. And in that spirit, they have the spirit of fire.
Spirit is real life.
Okay, let's see what happens next. For a long time, the battle of the wind and the fire and the rain raged in the dreaming, and the Great Spirit liked the dream. So the dreaming continued. Can you understand that? I'm glad you can, because I find it a bit confusing about the spirit and dreaming. But we just got to believe it. I think what it's saying is the weather.
What's this for?
Shh. What's your dreaming?
Lizard.
Grunty.
Yeah. What's your dreaming?
Snake.
What's your dreaming?
In the dream time, the Willie
What cockatoo?
and he used to fly around the country,
Crocodile.
pulling up trees and raising clouds of dust. When he felt tired of travelling, he would land and take
Dawan! Your report, good report. None thought of all the E's. All the E's. Ma, go put this way.
There's something wrong with me or something?
Do you go to school? Come on. You want to go to school? You have to. Get up. What happened at school?
I got silly.
You wasn't listening to the teacher. Why?
Because sometimes I get bored in class. The teacher told the other teacher to take me up to the front, and I got mad. And then I went in the corner and then I smashed the window.
You are not going anywhere, and that's it. Just gonna stay in this yard, in this house. Yeah, I grew up here. Grew up around drunks, smoking, people smoking. Then you start learning from them. I was about 14 when I got expelled from school. Yeah, so I couldn't stay in town. Mum and Dad decided to send me to Borlula to stay with my aunties. Yeah, so I stayed there and came back with a baby. Yeah, with a newborn baby, Colin. Duane came a year later then. Again. It was happy, the joys of being a mom. When you're holding your child, you're falling in love with him more than anyone else around you. Grew the boys up, and along the way we had a problem in our relationship. So we went our separate ways. I took the kids with me. So yeah, I spent most of my teens being a young mom. Being a mom is hard. You stress out when there's no help. Worry too much. Duane is the one that I worry about the most. Because he thinks he can just go anywhere, you know? He's got his own mind. Duane! What happened today at school? What happened today? Tell me what happened, what the principal said to you.
I can come back tomorrow, but if I get silly, I'm suspended.
What?
If I get silly again tomorrow, I'm suspended.
You suspended or suspended?
Suspended?
You know, your little age is the right age to go to juvenile center.
This is juvenile justice in the Northern Territory, a system that punishes troubled children instead of rehabilitating them, where children as young as 10 are locked up and 13-year-olds are kept in solitary confinement. Most of the images secured by Four Corners have never been seen publicly.
The coppers tortured him. Everybody's treating them like the same way they treat their enemies. I know lots of kids that got crueled in juvenile. Even my auntie got crueled in there. Auntie Alexis, can you open the door? Can I ask you a few questions?
Yeah, go, come on.
Alexis?
Yes.
What did you feel like when your nephew got silly at school?
Well, when my nephews get silly at school, they get in trouble.
It's not a nice place going to jail. Did you know that, Duan?
That's where people do bad stuff to you in juvenile.
Mm-hmm. Like when I was in there, we got starved food. We got told we wasn't allowed to eat. And that went on for about a week. Me and a couple of other girls didn't eat breakfast, lunch and dinner for a whole week.
That's what you call crueling kids?
Yeah, depriving of food.
That you don't know.
Trust me, juvenile is not a good place to be. Because you're only going to end up in two places. A jail cell or a coffin.
What's a coffin?
You know where they bury people in? A box? Yeah, a box.
What kind of box? Like them kind of box? Or
a coffin. Have you ever been to a funeral? Yeah, one of them boxes. So you know what I'm telling you? Go to school every day.
One of them.
Colin đây cái una buồn mình đến.
Colin. Có gì? One of them. Udah mau pas dengan jangan.
No, he's walking up.
With who?
I don't know.
Go up there. Down, flag on east side, on back. Where? East side.
A third man's gone from homeless to also winner. His fortune flipped with the purchase of just one scratchy.
Ministers are arriving in Canberra tonight. High on the agenda is the Royal Commission into the Northern Territory's juvenile justice system. The inquiry follows this week's Four Corners program detailing systemic abuses at the Dondale Detention Centre. Labor wants a national...
Look.
Yeah, that's him.
Oi!
Get in the car.
No, I'm right home.
Get in the car. That's not your bike. What? That's not your bicycle. That's not your bike. Leave it here. Get in. Yeah, bright lot of children. It reminds me of my two sons went up to Dondale. And I don't want my grandson to be like them.
Sometimes there's quiet stuff. And when there's quiet stuff, all you can hear is just a cricket. Or when the cricket's not that means something's coming.
Where are you going? To work.
I'm going to Nanamilias
Why?
to check if my nganga is still straight.
Tuan.
The best nganga is my Nana, Nanamilia.
Ngang ko rekon map, ka ba nang ka rekon tal ko lera kalana. Lagan.
The reason why we're here is because my auntie got stabbed in the leg and she's in ICU at the moment and they're letting 3 people at a time go in to see her because it's really important to look after your family members. I saw blood on the cement. Right now, my heart is beating that fast, I can't feel it. When I'm older, I'm not going to drink not even one taste because it's not good for your body parts. And fighting is not good because you can knock people out and make them bleed and they'll run out of blood and then they'll die. And go out to my homeland. Live a really long way from Alice Springs. Mom, this morning we see that rainbow serpent is looking at us from the clouds. This morning.
Kυλάει. Nam kυλάει ka kalja. Kυλάει pala mo kwacha kwana nanan. Ma pa il kwancha ngar kwacha kwana. Mara pa kal mbala nga kanon manal porde wajan kal.
What's the house going to look like?
It's a big one like this one, but not very big. Bala ka na ko pachinang. Da mushi ngwa ngang ja kalama. Ngang ma jing ko nekran.
Mom, look up there. Just up there, look, rainbow serpent, just looking at us.
La ka nang ka ta sang ko ya daran.
Mama, see?
What up?
How you feel now? You feeling any pain on your leg?
Look at me saying, "Inga mori ko nang ke."
Inga mori?
Yeah, mori maning ko wal dam inga wang kala nak. Dole ngangram la kon mori. Yeah. You do this one to five. Cut like na kan. Okay. Cut yan. Kali.
Kali.
Kali. Ini kau jangan kayak gitu kan? Tuan apa jadi? Kalau nori poya nganggur kau yang mengarah dalam lat natra.
Kalau nganggur kau nara dalam dalam. Ni dalam kalau nganggur ni, pernah nara. Itu orang pan map muara lah cak. Sampai ya, alat tu kan. Sampai lagi alat mana. Enak susu merus panjang map, map kan kata nang. So you kan kau nganggur, kau nganggur mana? Alat lantak nganggur kau, you kan muara lah, muara ni cak nyel lah.
Waduh,
lagan.
It'll go like this.
In the so-called omnibus bill designed to fund childcare reform in the last 2 weeks of Parliament before the omnibus
It's about welfare. Let's have a family meeting with the school and welfare. Don't know what's going to happen after that. Welfare, they don't treat your kids the right way. They don't know their culture. They don't teach them their culture. So it's all right for them to take kids off the mother, you know.
Me, I don't want to get taken away from white people.
Here's the one with us.
Where did you run away from now?
Right?
Where did you run away from now?
From Malanga. Mission. We sleep top of the hill, no blanket. From that, we will start early in the morning. Early and door. We come to Ross River, walking, you know.
Ross River.
Yeah, we walk from Malanga to Ross River.
Long way.
It is long way. You know the Mavkas kids, Nana see them all?
Yeah.
They were taken away from there, from Malanga, to Mission that way. They used to cry for their mommy.
Because they were taken away from me, and I would have been shoot from them, gone.
I was going to take them away too, but I've been hiding in the bush. Because men have been taking me long way bush. So they can find
They couldn't find me there.
Them kids, what happened to their mother then?
They been grow up in Ireland somewhere. They came back when they was grown up. Men and women grown up. You can come next time.
See ya.
Yeah.
Christine is 4, and for the first time in her life she has a mother and father. A long way from Melville Island, but at last a home and the love and affection of a family of their own. Sleep tight, children, because you know that dreams do come true, don't you?
This movie's about me, and what I think is, stop taking kids away. That's wrong.
I'm not even scared anymore. Me, I can walk up the hill in the middle of the night. I can stand in town in the middle of the night. I can walk up and down the street in the dark.
Have you seen Duan anywhere? If you drive around and look for that Duan, eh? He never come back. He does night patrol.
Targeted Royal Commission so that it can be done properly, diligently, but quite quickly. So the aim is for hearings to occur mainly this year and for reports to come down early next year. Now, state government, they've got
The police see kids walking the streets. They write a letter and give it to the welfare. And the welfare go and see the parents of the children. I'm a strong grandmother. They're not going to take my grandchildren away from me. These kids here. Get in! Duan! Out! Get in the car. Where have you been, Duan? You better talk, little boy. Talk! Talk now, girl.
And a gobble there.
What you hanging around with them for, eh? You think you're a big man, eh? You're only a little kid. Your brother's bigger than you. He makes his way home. We're not going to win for him.
I was waiting for you, boss.
You were supposed to catch the bus back from school back to Eden Valley where you live. But we went there today looking for you. His bottle, Duan, give him his bottle. You're allowed to make the right choices, Duan. We're going to have a meeting for you at the school. Yes. And you're going to... And welfare's involved in that meeting. They're going to put you in a foster carer. It's a different law now these days. Hey, what are? Who am I in school now? Go la corner check. Are you putting it?
Oh, yeah.
Go in and do I? Yeah. Rather than I don't know a culture of the American,
yeah, we got that at the class, eh?
Wala ka na ko lang dang kajagapan na.
Ah, yeah.
After such a long time turning their children over to the whites, Alice Springs Aborigines are reclaiming their own education.
There's a determination that Yipperinya will survive and fulfil the promise that it holds for a new generation of Aborigines.
Danga? Andata? Atnyama? Anana kadare? Aitakara? Everybody say Atnyama. Aitakara? Charama? Charenam. Nam charamagan. T cha ra ma. Charam. Charama. Charama means what? Charama means what?
Constructed. Everyone say it. Oh, say the word constructed. Constructed. What part of speech is it? Verb. Well done. Constructs. Say it.
Constructs.
What part of speech?
Noun.
Constructs.
Adjective.
Okay, all you have to do is repeat after me. Pencils down, please.
Construction.
Go on, wake up. Pick up a shower, quick man.
If you finish primary school and then finish high school, then you learn. But I'm a bush kid.
For each question in the test, you will need to shade one bubble. Simply, guys, I'll just give you a tip. Just pick a bubble and colour it in. You do have a chance of getting one right if you colour in a bubble, but if you don't colour in anything at all, you've got no chance. So you may as well have a go. It's just a colouring activity, guys.
Hi Megan, this is Yvonne calling from Yipperinya School. Dwan ran away from school today at about 1:30. Yes. And we don't know where he's gone to. We've got people watching the kids, but they just don't want to be in the classrooms. We've tried to look for them, but they've run away behind the bushes and up the hill.
Don't know where he is. Could be anywhere. When I'm calling and Dwan doesn't attend school, I get a warning that my payment's gonna get suspended because they haven't been attending school. And that's my whole money for the food and what they need. A warning has come through. Makes me feel shame. Makes me feel like I'm a bad mother. Also having another baby. Hello? Bako ka muna kat niya na pa na? He's in good care. He was hungry. Nga, ako lang bakot na darwa na kapakalampan. I'll call you back after. Bye.
Can you you read this part to me, Maya?
He refuses to follow any directions and he was rude to teachers when spoken to. Duan was sent home and I have no option but to suspend him for 3 days.
Yes.
Cut it.
Don't walk away when it's evening time.
Umi lawan na.
Ini nagarnya lawan darwan.
Iya. Wami anak lawan cakaran orang. Seretan na, seretan. Por lo lolo. Por lo puna kata lolo apa?
I've been visitor last night.
Roji.
I've take a long walk.
Yeah.
I've got to that tennis. And she was looking at me.
Yang na pagkala lang kay kami wala ramai. Bago nang nanatan maranain nang ko. Yeah. Kalau nak wata cakap tentang kalau moran dan mana cakap. Ramai lagi kan jabai macam dan bago kan ya. Mana nala nak cakap kan ingkar. Dah semua ya kan suai ke Madianam.
Hiding behind me.
Yeah. And it's all very well coming in, being very polite to me today and said good morning, Lorraine, but you haven't been very polite when you've seen me around the school, have you? Duan, have you?
Lah kan apa yang boleh kau?
Yeah.
Nak orang tak ingkar kau puas, warkan apa kan apa puas aku nang.
And when he came here, we tested him, and he's been put in a reading and writing class. It's not that high, which means he spent a lot of time, I think, not being a learner. You've been out of class almost every day. And you've run away nearly every day. Okay? Then we hear all sorts of stories then about people getting locked up and the police going around to different houses this morning looking for kids.
Yes. I reckon when the kids leave from me, they go and smash in cars.
Do you want to get locked up with those other kids with the cars? No, nobody wants that. Nobody wants. You've got family who care about you. Everyone, I'm telling you now that this is your last chance at Yipirinya, okay? Your very last chance.
Hold it. Chuck it. That's my way. Last night went to disco. Had fun. Went to Enzakoval, played football. From down the creek. At the front of the library. And from there, the cops came, chased us, put us in the paddy wagon. Then I came back here last night.
Territory's Police Commissioner has revealed plans to send a unit of camouflaged, specialised police with military-grade weapons to patrol Alice Springs at night, and it's part of the Australian Government's National Counter-Terrorism Task Force. The announcement comes a week to the day since the Royal Commission delivered its report on youth detention and child protection systems in the Northern Territory.
I've been in a paddy wagon 4 times in a row. Every time I jump in a paddy wagon, it always starts to feel funny. It's like you're in a little box and you can't get out.
Despite making adverse findings against youth justice staff and politicians, the Royal Commission hasn't recommended charges against those responsible.
I just ran away. To get away. I'll be free.
Protesters poured onto city streets around the country. Speakers called for accountability. By far, the biggest crowds were in Melbourne, where thousands headed to the State Library to voice their anger.
Every Aboriginal family has been impacted some way by this.
Put your hand on this one. No.
I've been expelled from the school. That's been banned.
Let's say good night to Grandpa now, quick.
What happened?
Stole the teacher's car keys. Chucked it on the roof and smashed it the other one.
Takkan membako kayo pun? Yoko. Membaka mpor pola kana mula kolya ne, mpama pandan dam langka cakalakan. Perang. Kelakan tu. Jor pola level tu level. Oh, palma pola kan, por palma pakal. Erpulan aja. School. Tu jadi protest calling kira ko me ko kara pingkira kana cakalila ka. Cakalan la. Stop mala. Oi kanu no nakalo ni igual al pajak ni kola kapak. Ala kana kol. Nye ko lagi wajah kakak kolonan.
Iya. Ayer. Kalau mau lalakan.
Baby girl, oi. Hey. Yeah.
What the?
Happy birthday. Yeah. Happy birthday. Lord, it's gonna birthday cake. Make a wish. Hello. Are you okay?
I'm gonna cut this.
Happy birthday, little one.
I saw my dad before 5 years ago.
See you when you come back. No running around the river, okay, the one? One day I was there and the police warned him all. They said, oh, we've seen you in the surveillance camera. You're smashing cars, jumping on cars. If we see you in town, we'll lock you up. I want him to grow up to be proud of himself. I know I'll miss him, but he needs help. What am I going to do now? Go.
Dad,
What, mate?
can I go swimming?
Yeah.
Can I drive, please?
Do you want to drive?
Yeah.
Do you know how to drive?
Yeah.
But you might spin the wheel.
No, I won't. I'll let you drive through all the bogey bits and I'll drive through all the smooth bits.
And if you want to drive, you've got to drive from here all the way. Drive across the creek.
That's the hard way.
Yep.
Can you go now then? Well, I'll drive from here.
Up top. Can you reach?
Yeah, look how close my foot is.
Can you see the road?
Yeah, look.
Press it in and pull it down. See, turn back that way, mate. Don't put yourself in the middle, you put yourself on the track, that's all.
There are lovely fish here. Spring Creek, our homeland, is like a dream. I'll explain it like this. The black way is when you don't have to use a frying pan to cook a fish. Andre! Stay still, I can see one brim. Good size, enough for me and you.
I'm still high. I raised 5 children and 2 of my grandchildren, and I'm helping with Duan in the 3rd one. It's been good so far. Go to school every day, and then on weekends we just pack them up and bring them at bush.
learn both ways. So that when you do get your land back, you'll know what to do with it.
No running a muck today, mate.
Okay, what was the first one? I told him, but I want to hear English.
Gunbi.
You did it, Trustman? That's Gunbi. What's a Gunbi?
Frill necklace.
Frill necklace. Good boy. What's that? What's Kundabara?
Turkey.
Turkey. Kundabara.
You want to say it in language, in your mother language? Okay.
Most of the language is lost. Some of the culture is lost. I don't even know most of my language. So I prefer the boys to learn their language on their mother's side and culture and that. As a parent, well, I couldn't really say I'm good at it because I did make a few mistakes. Must be doing something right to keep him happy. And for him wanting to stay, makes me feel good inside.
Hey, see what I mean? You can't pull that apart. This belongs to somebody.
I'll screw it back in for you.
I'll tell you a story about my dad. They was taking kids away them days. But my old dad, he had a gun there. And if they tried to come and take us away, he would show that gun. He said, no one's taking my kids. You'll have to go through me first. And that's why we all grew up there. We never got taken away. We was lucky. Some kids wasn't lucky.
And us we've got to grow up then and there.
That's your traditional land. That's your traditional home. We was born there, grew up there, and we're still there. We're gonna die there.
It's a hard world. It can easily drag you away from your culture, and you have to learn about the past, and so it can help you for the future. Yeah.
The only way how we're going to be able to get white people off our land is to listen to them and then learn how to do their stuff, and then after that, after we learn how to do their stuff, then we can force them to get off our land. We'll use half their tools to smash down all the stuff and then turn them back into the rocks. Then we'll get our land back. The first one that had the magic was the first people that had the land.
What do you get? What do you want?
History runs in straight to all the Aboriginals. Travel all the way through from my blood pipes all the way to the brain. And when I'm a man, I'm going to fight for rights for black people. Like when I see a crowd walking past, I'm going to lift up my son and say, leave black kids alone. And I'm trying to speak to the Prime Minister and say, stop killing Aboriginal people.
I'm going up
check if my grandson Duan's okay.
Wait, one more time there, okay? Okay. Oh shit. Colin, give Dad that pedal. Oh, look at that bird there, Dad. Look at that bird. I'm going over here, check it out, get lure for myself. Go look for this, my Bobby.
They're both enjoying themselves there now.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's everything from. Yeah. I'm going right round. Boy, I can see the mugger.
What?
I can feel the snake on my leg going away. Very long.
I'm gonna miss you when you go.
Yeah, miss you too.
I can't be here with you on it. I'll never fall until I grow old. The Ngangro gives me a vision of everything.
Quickly, Matt, that wind blown.
When I die, my Ngangro desire to find a new person, maybe take on my son, maybe my daughter. It's always here.
Here, one more, Matt, where it needs burning.
What I want is a normal life of just being me. And what I mean by me is I want to be an Aborigine. I'm going to be singing my own song. I see what's happening, yeah. You're face to face with greatness and strangers don't even know how you feel. So anyway, let me say, you're welcome for making you be a good kid. You're welcome, you're welcome. I can do anything like helping. I'll fix you up and make you better. Because I'm hungry, I can do anything. I can use them on you. 'Cause anyway, when you're sick, I'll use it. You'll feel better again. 'Cause when I'm not around, you'll be sick but go to the hospital. But when I'm right there, I'll help you. You're welcome, you're welcome. It's just me releasing my story.